everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erin Abernathy, Southern lover of all things beautiful. And today we are getting spooky. So when I saw that Hocus Pocus 2 was coming out, I knew I was gonna have to host a Halloween party at the house. So if you're interested to see how we go from this to this, then this video is for you. I just hung this creepy crawly little fella. This came from Target. I think it's perfect for this entryway. I wish I did not have to use tape, but I did. So it comes with these little strings, but I didn't have anything to hook it, so I just used tape. I already had like a partial command hook here. He's a little creepy fella. But did it over here, but it's gonna be dark, so I don't think you're gonna be able to tell, but I think it's perfect for this little entrance. So I just ripped these open like a crazy person, so they're everywhere, but I'm gonna put these little 3D bats up. This door and then this door over here. I just cleaned them off a little bit, and y'all, it's still messy, but we're working through it. I'm gonna put these on these doors. It does come with this little adhesive, so I'm just gonna use that. Okay, y'all, these are super cute, but they're kind of a pain in the hiney to put up because you have to put the adhesive on the back of them. I'm starting with the big bats, and then I'm just gonna kind of fill in. I started at the door handle because of Callie, but I think it'd be really cute if you like started from the bottom like they were coming up, but I didn't want Callie to eat these. So I'm gonna start filling in with the small ones now. Okay, so here we are, finished product. I really like these little bats. They were a time suck. It took forever to get them up because you had to put the little adhesive on, but I like that there was enough adhesive that I feel like I could use them for a couple of years and then just switch to my own adhesive. So here's where we are, other door. Callie's already been up there trying to get to them. So they're real cute. Okay, this is like this little spider web thing. It comes, if you can see it, with little spiders dangling on it. It was really hard to untangle, so I don't know if I'd recommend it. I'll have it linked just in case, but I've just got it here. And I kind of like that. I mean, obviously it doesn't disguise the TV whatsoever, but it's just something spooky, and it kind of darkens it up in here a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to show you now how to make the paper look old. So you want to start off with just like a regular cereal bowl, fill it with water, and then I have microwaved this for 3 minutes with a tea bag. Any tea bag you have is fine. I use peppermint so it'll smell nice and spooky. We're going to let this seep for just a second, and then I'll show you what I do to the paper. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I've let it steep for a little while. I have got just about 15 regular note cards. It would be better if they weren't lined, but these unfortunately are, so it is what it is. It's what we have. And all we're going to do is we're going to stick it in there, and we're going to kind of crumple them up a little bit. And you should probably wait till the tea's cool, but you know, here we are. And just make sure you're kind of separating them a little bit so they're all getting the same amount of wear. I'm going to get a fork for this. Okay, so I've let them soak for like 10-15 seconds. Let me show you what they look like. So you can kind of see here on the edges kind of what they're looking like. They're kind of like this light brown taupey color. You don't want them to start disintegrating, so that's kind of where I know when to stop. And now what we're going to do is we're going to pull them out, lay them out individually, kind of crinkle them up a little bit, and let them dry. This is what they're gonna look like as they're drying. You see I can just kind of crinkle them up, so it helps them look a little bit older, and that'll also help some of that tea settle into some of like the little crinkles, just to give that kind of aged look. What you can do is you can let them dry, and then you can go a second round, but we're not gonna do that today. We're just gonna do it that one. And it's real interesting. The texture, it should almost feel like fabric when you do it. So we're gonna let these dry overnight, and then we will make our signs for our poison and for our food. Okay, so it's the next day, and our paper's all creepy, spooky, all that good jazz. So all I'm gonna do now is, for the place cards, bend them in half. Using the thicker paper helps, but also that tea kind of gives it a little more grip. Bend them in half, write the names of everything on here, and then for the bottles, I'll just turn them sideways and write my little labels on there. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. I think I wish I would have printed these on the printer actually, but I think I need to Oh, I think I need to soak them one more time because I think the writing looks too clean on them. I'm probably overthinking this. Let's test it out to make sure it's not going to ruin the permanent marker. So this is my test one. I think it made the faintest difference, but I think it makes the ink run a little bit, and so I'm gonna go the extra mile and do it. Okay, so this is our little bar area. We've got our liquor here. I've got those little signs that are drying that'll go on this, our punch bowl and ladle. I'm gonna show you guys how I'm doing this. Wine, this came from Walmart. So what I'm planning on doing here is I have like a black spooky fabric that I'm planning on draping down and kind of intertwining. So I am going to try to do that now. Actually, first things first, I bought 3 packs of these little orange mini lights from Target. They were $5 each. So I'm gonna string those up in this as well behind the black fabric. So I'm gonna start with that first. Now this is a little spooky fabric I got from Target that I'm going to use for the bar. And if you're wondering what I'm using, I'm just using this Scotch tape. So this is one layer, I think, because I put this rack out because I'm going to put some candles under here to make it look like it's actually brewing. So I think I'm going to need one down here. Let me see how many packs I have. Also, sorry to this little plant, but it's kind of ruining the vibe, so it's going to have to go. And I do have another pack that I'm going to use down here on the bottom. Okay, so I'm very happy with this so far. I just put another layer of the black fabric down here. Put our Hocus Pocus sign up here. You can see our little, what's that guy called? I don't know, peeking out. Wine, black solo cups. I did lay these are flameless candles. So my idea was, since this is sitting up, I'm gonna put those under here to make it look like a bubbling cauldron. So tomorrow, when the labels are dry, I'll put those on this. We'll have our punch, and then we'll have those flickering candles. I almost forgot that I picked up this little pack of spiders from Target, so I'm going to throw some of those on that little area as well. So actually perfect, these little spiders just stick on here, I guess because their little legs stick into the fabric, so I think that added a nice little spooky flair. Okay, so all I did to the table, this you may have seen in a TJ Maxx haul. I put 3 flameless candles that will come on. It's like a little jack-o'-lantern. Got my Target tablecloth, which I just love. This table runner for $10 was underwhelming. I would not buy that. Like this was $25, that was $10. So definitely not worth it, but I went ahead and added it. And then just some little pumpkins I had on the table here before. Okay, so now I'm just gonna show you guys how I made this spiderweb dip. So I've got my layered dip here, beans, a little bit of sour cream, salsa, cheese, olives, and then guacamole on the top to make it a little bit spooky. I've got a Ziploc baggie. Y'all, excuse my outfit, I look crazy, but a Ziploc baggie of sour cream. If you have a piping bag, that would work better, but I'm just gonna snip the end a little bit and we're gonna draw our little spider webs onto here. So just in a little circle, I'm gonna do circles and then lines out. I think I cut my hole too big, y'all. Okay, so I cut my hole way too big. It's fine, we're gonna pivot here so I know exactly what I can do. So we're just gonna do 2 more. And instead of drawing lines, I'm gonna just use a toothpick to use what we already have since I put out way too much sour cream on this already. Okay, so we're gonna use our toothpicks and we're just gonna drag. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. Now for the cheese. So I'm using Fiesta blend cheese and we're gonna put this around the edge of the dip. No one's gonna complain about too much cheese, I'm sure. We're looking less like a spider web. And then I have chopped up just a few tomatoes. I'm gonna wash my hands first. So now I'm just gonna sprinkle my tomatoes. Okay, we may consider this a fail, but I've got a little spider. He's only got 3 legs on this side, but he's got 4 on this side. But I still think it's cute, and the best thing is it's gonna taste good. This is just in a little pie dish, so I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator, covered with some saran wrap until we're ready for the party. Okay, so now we're gonna try to get real lofty and create this little charcuterie board. Cutest inspiration I found on Pinterest. Picked up a bunch of supplies from Aldi. I'm just using, I know it looks dirty, it's not. It's a pizza stone because I just want it to kind of fade away in the background, and that's what we're gonna be doing. So let me show you how we're, excuse me, anyone else's lab do this? Just leave the absolute worst mess. But let's go ahead and get started. I've got everything washed and prepared, so we'll just jump right on in. So we are starting off with a clean board, clean kitchen scissors, and very clean hands. So I've got 3 round cheeses for the heads. I've got a scorpion pepper Gouda, applewood smoked Gouda, and then a brie. So I'm gonna lay those out. I think Miss Winifred's gonna be the brie. And we'll have our 2 others right here. Yep, that looks good. So we're gonna take these out of the packages and get them on the board. Okay, we've got our 3 heads on. I will say typically I cut cheese before I put it on the board. I cut the cheese, but that would kind of ruin their little faces, so we're not gonna do that. So next we're gonna do hair. So we've got this deli meat for Winifred. We've got these blackberries, and then we've got cut up Havarti. I just cut that today. So let's start working on the hair. Okay, we're gonna start with our blackberries. These are they were pre-washed, but I also washed them. And we're gonna use those for our hair here. And if you don't like blackberries, you could use all kinds of different stuff. You could use like chocolate covered almonds. You could use, I don't know, what's kind of that? Espresso beans. Espresso beans, those would be good, I think. Anything like that, I think would be delicious. Okay, so here's the first one. And we may have to go in and fill it a little bit more, but I'm gonna do this one in the center last, just so we can see, and then we'll fill in with all of our other goodies. We're gonna use our cut up Havarti here, our blonde hair. I made her the spicy cheese, because us blondes, we are spicy. And one for Miss Molly. Now let's start working on Winifred's hair. So I've got this selection of meats. I think I may just try to use the pepperoni and the salami and then use the capricola somewhere else. But oh, let's see if I can get it open. And so all we're gonna do with these is roll them. And that's all it looks like. I wonder, I think we need to cut these in half. So let's pause and do that first. Okay, I just cut these in half because I think that's just gonna work a little bit better. So we're gonna start tucking these in here. Yeah, the halves are definitely working better. We still may have to do some finagling here, but. Okay, what I'm finding is you're definitely having to roll them pretty tight for them to stay because they're gonna unwind some. So just make sure you're kind of like crimping them when you do it, which is fine. I mean, people are gonna eat this, so it's, and remember, clean hands. I have washed my hands multiple times throughout this. And definitely make sure the surface area you're working on is clean as well. Okay, I think we are looking so, so cute. So all I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start filling in. I've got some other cheeses, some crackers, all that kind of stuff that I'm gonna start filling in around, and then I'll make some little faces for our people. Okay, I am loving this cheese board. I added some walnuts, some of these maple cinnamon crackers, some chocolate covered almonds, some other little crackers. These are jalapeno cheese curds, and then added some of that prosciutto in there. I'm going to have olives, honey, and preserves, and then these little bagels and toasted cheese out to the side. But now we're going to do our little eyes for our people. So just using the salami, this is a black pepper salami. I'm going to take that. Actually, you know what? The little black pepper top would probably be really cute because of little eyelashes. So let's see if we can do that. So again, clean little scissors. I'm just going to cut some little eyes. And then our lips. Oop, 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 oop. That's actually a little crooked, so that'd actually be really cute on her. I didn't do that intentionally, but she's got that cute little smirk. Her lips. Okay, now we got to put our little beauty mark on here. So we're going to use some of that black pepper. And we are done. Okay, I think this is the most precious little thing. I'm going to wrap it up and put it in the fridge till the party starts, and I'll style everything else around it. But I think we did really cute here. It's so dark by her little thing. Oh, stop that. I smell children. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope you had a great time seeing me spookify my house. If you have any questions about what I did, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I will see you soon. Bye.